So, hello everyone, and welcome to Wise IAS. Today, we are going to start with a new topic, that is the Indian society. When we talk about society, it comes to our mind a picture of our surroundings and everything that in everyday life we live in. So, talking about the term society, we can better understand the meaning of the term society if we know the characteristic features of the term society. So, in your UPSC syllabus, you are specifically given some of the important points which you have to cover, and our effort would be to cover each and every aspect that is there in your syllabus and which is important from the viewpoint of UPSC syllabus. So, the term society in your syllabus is given in context to the Indian society. The Indian society, as we can know, the Indian society is a mixture of tolerance and acceptance of many things. The term fraternity in the preamble in itself imposes a duty on each and every citizen of India. So, that duty is in context of society. If we try to list down the features of the term society, if we try to list down the features, the most important features that comes to our mind in terms of Indian society are it is a multi-ethnic, multi-ethnic society. It is a multi-religious. It is a multi-religious society. It is a multi-linguistic society, multi-ethnic, multi-religious, multi-linguistic. Side by side, we can say it is a multicultural society. It is a multicultural society. It is a multi-caste society. It is a multi-caste society. We have unity in diversity. Unity in diversity. We have unity in diversity. We have patriarchal society. We have patriarchal society. Then we have tribes in our society. We have tribes. We have family. We have kinship system. We have the balance between spiritualism and materialism. It's balance between spiritualism and materialism. Then we have a balance between individualism and collectivism. Individualism and collectivism. And last but not the least, we have coexistence, coexistence of the individualism, and we have coexistence of traditionalism and modernity. Traditions and modernity. So here we can list down some of the characteristic features of the Indian society. We will discuss each and every feature in depth. Many times, questions can be seen to list down some of the features, or a question can be asked from a particular feature of the society. We are going to discuss each and every feature in enough amount of detail, starting with multi ethnic Indian society. The multi ethnicity is a major salient feature of Indian society. Multi ethnicity is a major feature of Indian society. An ethnic group or ethnicity is a category of people who identify with each other. They resemble with each other, usually based on a common language or a dialect, history, society, culture, or nation. They are similar kind of people. Then we have a society with coexistence of a wide variety of racial groups. Indian multiculturalism can be explained by a solid bow. We have a multi ethnic society with multiple cultures. Now, multi ethnic society means that you have a different kind of people belonging to different groups. Multicultural society is a society in which different cultures prevail at the same time, like a salad bowl. For example, in your salad bowl, you have kinds of different kinds of material in it, three, four, five, say whatsoever, in number of things. Nowadays, many kind of vegetables, even sprouts are added to the vegetables. Likewise, Indian society is a multicultural society like your salad bowl. It is impossible like to count each and every culture. It is a mixture. As a whole bowl, it forms the society. Then next is multilingualism. India is home to many native languages, and it is also common that people to speak and understand more than one language, which can entail the use of different scripts as well. There are many languages. Even I do know four kind of languages. It is possible that a person can know 10, 11, 12 in number of languages. When I have seen many persons who can speak different kind of languages in a number of languages, they understand. So Indian society is a multi-linguistic society. India's 2011 census documents that 121 languages are spoken as mother tongue in India. Mother tongue is a language that is taught to a person for the very first time. He speaks or writes in that language for the very first time in his life. Of these languages, the Constitution of India recognizes 22 of the languages as scheduled languages in our 8th schedule. So, we have already done in the polity part that what languages form the part of 8th schedule. Now, coming to multi-religious society, this secular feature of the Indian Constitution makes India a multi-religious society. India is a cradle of world religions whose ancestors have preached and practiced almost all major religions of the world, giving rise to worldly beliefs, practices, rites, rituals, ceremonies, and institutions. The coexistence of all the religions and a variety of faiths is being a shining example of the religious pluralism and tolerance. The principle of secularism, despite several conflicts and riots, has been upheld by our citizens time and again. हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई ये सारे हैं भाई भाई, इस तरीके के स्लोगन्स कई बार सुनने में मिलते हैं. Indian Constitution has a rigidity reflected the idea of multi-religion. It states that every citizen has a right to freely practice, preach, profess, and propagate any religion of his choice. It is a fundamental right of each and every citizen. So, a secular state has been defined as a state in which all the religions and the citizens, irrespective of their faith, worship, whatsoever, would be treated impartially. Apart from the major religions, several tribal religions are also coexisting in the Indian society. Now, if we say India is a multi-religious society, secularism is a basic feature of Indian Constitution, which makes it a multi-religious society. There are many religions in India. You can say Islam that originated in Arabia in around 17th century AD. The term Islam in Arabic means to surrender to God. Prophet Muhammad was the founder of this religion, and followers believe only in one God, Allah, with Quran as the holy book of Islam. The religion is based on the 5 pillars. They are Allah, that means belief in only one God; Ramzan, fast in the auspicious month; Hajj, pilgrimage at least once in a lifetime; Namaz, praying 5 times a day; and Zakat, that is charity. The major 2 sections of Islam are Shias and Sunnis. Hinduism is one of the most ancient religions in India. Although followed by the majority of the population, its origin is not owned to any founder. Major Hindu scriptures include Vedas, the holy book is Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Puran, idol worship, the theory of Purusharth, the theory of karma, the theory and the doctrine of rebirth are some of the major principles of the Hindu religion. Hindu believe in the trinity of Brahmana, of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. If we see the term God in Hindu religion, as per the Hindu religion, if we see the word God, that is Bhagwan, so the G here means generator, which you can correlate with the Lord Brahma, and the O here means operator, which you can relate to Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, and D here means destroyer, which you can correlate with Lord Mahesh or Lord Shiv. So the generation and operation and destroying anything is the everything that is in the hand of God, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. The next religion that is practiced in India is Christianity. Bible is the holy book of Christianity. The believers are further divided into Roman Catholics and Protestants. The major principles of religion are described in the Ten Commandments. Bible includes the value of humanity, charity, mercy, and repentance. The next religion is Sikhism. Guru Nanak is the founder of Sikhism. Guru Granth Sahib is the holy book of Sikhs, which includes all the hymns and the songs composed by all the gurus of Sikhism. Sikhs believe in Satnam, God as the Almighty. A section in Sikhs who follow Khalsa Panth is known as Singh, meaning lion, or the protector of the religion. They are expected to follow 5 Ks, that is Kesh, Kada, Kanga, Kripan, and Kacha. Then next religion is Jainism. Jainism is a religion based on the ethical conduct alone. The 24th Tirthankara was Bhagwan Vardhaman Mahavir, who is said to be the founder of Jainism. It is further divided into 2 sections, that is Shvetambra and Digambra. Jainism believes in karma but does not believe in caste inequalities. There is no inequality. Ahimsa, that is non-violence, non-stealing, truth, and non-possessiveness are some of the values preached by Jainism. The majority of the followers of this religion are found in India. The next religion is Buddhism. Buddhism is termed as a universal religion. Though found in India, its followers are found all over the world, further divided into Himalayas and further divided, this religion is further divided into Hinayans and Mahayans. They believe in the Eightfold Path as the solution to sorrow in life. Then next is the caste system. Caste system in the Indian society. The social division of the society in India is peculiar. Unlike many other civilizations in the world, where the society was divided into race, ethnicity, or clans, Indian society is broadly divided into a hierarchy of caste. The word caste has come from the Portuguese word caste, which means breed and is intended to use the classification based on the purity of the blood. Caste is unique to India and especially to Hindu traditional society and its custom. It is imposed as a divine and had an extensive sanction in the society. So, there are many groups which can be seen as a division of caste system. The black period of Indian history, where several inhuman practices were prevalent in the society, denying the basic human rights of some of the suppressed classes. इनके साथ जातियां हो रही थी. This term used for the The term used for them was like Dalit, the depressed one, or Harijan, as coined by Mahatma Gandhi. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a pioneer to initiate the Dalit movement in India to bring up the status of the untouchables by converting them to Buddhism, which does not believe in the caste hierarchy. Now, the next feature of Indian society is unity in diversity. India as a nation is a classic example of, despite having multiple geographical, religious, linguistical, cultural, and racial diversities, India has always stood up as an integrated nation. In India, people of different religions have continued to respect the ideas and the values of people of other religion. दूसरे धर्मों के लिए बराबर सम्मान और बराबर इज्जत. And hence, India has always stood up as an integrated nation, ready to put up all around everybody in this world. Diversity in India exists of various level in different forms. It could be geographical, it could be cultural, it could be religious, it could be political, it could be on the basis of language. बहुत सारे ऐसे केसेस भी हुए जब ये यूनिटी को ग्रहण लगा. राइट्स हुए, कम्युनल राइट्स हुए. You can say during the partition, communal rights were happened in Gujarat, Karnataka are a few dark chapters. But each time the country has fought back and upheld its values. हम उसके उभर के बाहर हैं. तो we can say we have unity in diversity. Now next is patriarchal system. We have a patriarchal society. We have a patriarchal society. Patriarchy is a social system in which men hold a primary position. There are many instances when women is not seen as equal to men. Power of the women is assumed to be lesser than man. Man enjoy a greater power. There is gender inequality. Equality in status and in opportunity as well. However, some tribal societies are matrilineal societies, where women have the dominant decision making power. So many times we have seen problems with the gender inequality. Now, next we have family and kinship. Blood relations and kinship ties enjoy a strong hold over other social relationships in India. खून का रिश्ता जो है वो सबसे ज्यादा मायने रखता है. Family is one of the most important social institution. Most of the world's population live in family units. The family is a primary institution responsible for the socialization. Kinship refers to a set of relationships and relatives formed from the family based on blood relationships or from marriage. The social institution ties an individual and groups together and establishes a relationship between them. Now, next we have tribes, the scheduled tribes. There are about 705 scheduled tribes in the country, and they constitute 6% of the population of the country, according to the 2011 census. Scheduled tribes mainly inhabit two distinct geographical areas, that is the central India and the northeast. More than half of the scheduled tribe population is concentrated in the central India, that is, you can say MP, nearly 14.69%, Chhattisgarh, nearly 7.5%, Jharkhand, nearly 8.29%, Andhra Pradesh, nearly 5.7%, Maharashtra, near 10.08%, Odisha, nearly 9.2%, Gujarat, nearly 8.55%, and Rajasthan, nearly 8.86%. The other distinct areas in the northeast, that is Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur, Meghalaya, Tripura, Sikkim, and Arunachal Pradesh. More than two-thirds of the scheduled tribe population is concentrated in only the seven states of the country, that is MP, Maharashtra, Odisha, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. There is no scheduled tribe population in three states, that is, you can say Delhi, NCR, Punjab, Haryana, and two UTs, that is your Puducherry and Chandigarh, as no scheduled tribe is notified in these areas. Now, coming to the next feature, we have the balance between individualism and collectivism in the Indian society. India is a society with both collectivistic and individualistic traits. The collectivistic side means that there is a high preference for belonging to a larger social framework, in which individuals are expected to act to a greater good of their defined in groups. In such situation, the actions of the individual are influenced by various concepts such as opinion of one's family, opinion of one's friend, opinion of one's classmates, extended family, neighbors, work groups, colleagues. For a collectivistic to be rejected by one's peers or to be thought lowly of by one's extended and immediate in groups leaves him or her rootless and with a sense of intense emptiness. If one do not discusses anything with anyone, what would it result in? Man is a social animal, he lives in the society. We have habit of this. We do like this, that whatsoever we learn, if you like the lectures of Wise IAS, you will share this with your friends, with your colleagues, with everyone you know, that this platform is the best. Opt for this. So likewise, whatsoever we like or we dislike, we discuss each and everything with our social groups. The individual aspect of Indian society is seen as a result of the dominant religion philosophy. That is, the Hindus believe in a cycle of death and rebirth, which the manners of each rebirth being dependent upon how the individual lived the preceding life. People are therefore individually responsible for their way. The cycle of karma, the cycle of birth and rebirth, the theory of karma, that what you do in your life, you are responsible for it and you are going to have the fruits of it. So everything what I am doing, I will be responsible after my death. And whatsoever I will be in the next birth is just because of what I have done in my preceding life, previous life. Now, the next is coexistence of traditionalism and modernity in the Indian society. Indian society is a mixture of tradition and modernity. Indian society is a mixture. You can say we have a mix of the traditions and modernity. So, Indian society is always trying to balance the traditions and modernity, especially with the changing time, which is a salient feature of Indian society. Likewise, earlier, if you go 3 or 4 years back, if you want to eat some food, you'll go to a restaurant and bring the food to your home. Now, what you do? Zomato, Swiggy, or whatsoever be ordering food ordering apps. Earlier, we were not habitual of making online payments, scanning the QR code and paying instantly from a bank account directly to the other bank account. Now, we just prefer doing this. Earlier, we were carrying huge amount of cash. Now, we are free, we are tension free. If we don't have cash in the pocket, we have the cell phone. We have the whole bank account in our pocket. This is the modernity. Even if you have the cell phone in pocket, you will carry cash with you. This is a balance between the traditions, the traditional thinking, and modernity. Indian society will always be in transition and is undergoing constant process of change. It implies idea of constant change and intrinsic to contemporary Indian society. Global and regional happenings have shaped the changing society in India. Colonization is a crucial factor that impacted the Indian society the most by introducing foreign cultures and practices. Industrialization and modernization led to technological expansion and went on to transform the society of various levels. Liberalization, privatization, and globalization, the LPG reforms, were inherent in the logic and processes of economic growth and reforms in India. Mass media and information and communication technology is the crucial factor in modernization and development in India. It has both personal and social consequences. Social movements cause changes in the multiple ways in past as well as the present. They occur due to certain societal conditions and aim on improving it by bringing the transformation in the social structure. No matter the change is desired or not, the change is good or not, the Indian society is always in a transformation form. It is changing rapidly. You can see some habits we are getting are good and some are not good, some are bad. The transition. And for this transition, there is a reason always. Always there is a reason. The society before the LPG reforms and after the LPG reforms, there is a big change. There is rapid industrialization, right? So, this is how the society keeps on changing itself. This is how it happens in the society. So, coming to the term society, we have done the characteristic features of the society, and now we will understand what is society. Indian society is the result of the journey from the Indus civilization to today's globalized world. In this journey, it has gone through many transformations under the influence of outside world and reform movement within the society itself. However, what is unique and appreciable in the fact that it has managed to adopt and accept various features while preserving its past. बहुत सा चेंज आया इंडियन सोसाइटी के अंदर फिर भी because of many of the features. There is multi-ethnicity, there is multi-religion, there is multi-linguistic, there is multicultural society, we have multi-caste system. And all this multi may occur into conflicts. It is not like we have not seen conflicts. We have seen many of the conflicts. Even though the Indian society is able to come out of these conflicts, it is able to survive from these conflicts. It is able to recover from these things. There are many factors out there threatening the unity of the Indian society, but India has the strength to overcome communal violence and religious threats. The common values of democracy, equality, and justice, as defined in the Constitution, is a part of the value system of the Indian society. So, you can see we have unity in diversity. This small term is very much explaining the Indian society. All these things are reasons of diversity. All these things are the reason of diversity. And we have combined all to form Indian society. We have unity in diversity. We have patriarchal society. And we are in a transformation form from the patriarchal society in today's generation. The parents today are not concerned about the child, what he or she may take birth as. Either a girl child is born or a boy child is born. There is no difference now. We are in a transformation phase. But we have not transformed fully. For some parents, it matters. Right? Now, we have tribes, we have scheduled tribes, we have already done the scheduled family and kinship system. Any decision which is taken in Indian society, majorly and mostly, is influential. It is influenced from the peer groups. It is influenced from the colleagues, from the family. There is a balance between spiritualism and materialism. There is a balance between individualism and collectivism. In some cases, you think being individualistic. Even then, we are collective. So, that is how the Indian society is formed. That is how the Indian society is formed. And for every society, it is the same phase or form, but these features are categorically and specially in relation to the Indian society. So if a question arises whether every society has the same feature, it depends. But these are the only features of and in context to the Indian society. I hope all of you are clear on this. I hope I am able to give you the best out of these characteristic features. So, this was all for today's lecture, and I'll be ending this lecture with some previous year questions from the society topic. The very first question for today is caste is in relation to the caste system. It says the caste system is assuming new identities and associational forms. Hence, the caste system cannot be eradicated in India. So, basically, if you can see the caste system we have done and the transition phase we have done. This question is a mixture of two features. Caste system is prevalent and it cannot be fully eradicated. We can see what the caste system was at the time of independence or before independence, and now what we have and what we are doing to eradicate the caste system. And the caste system is not eradicated wholly. What could be the reasons? We can just answer this. Describe any four cultural elements of diversity in India and rate their relative significance in building a national identity. We just have to describe four cultural elements of diversity in India. A very simple and easy question. What makes Indian society unique in sustaining its culture? So, many things are unique in sustaining the culture of Indian society. We can see a very simple and easy approach to the topic can make you master. You just have to you just need to know the basic idea behind the topic. And if you have some idea about the topic, you can relate it with the current issues and with your newspaper reading. You can quote some of the examples too. Right? So, this was all for today's lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.